Hi, welcome back to Wallflowers. So we mentioned on the live stream about the awful hotel the package holiday, Love Holidays, had sent us to in Orlando. We've actually done some videoing of the hotel room. We had to go there initially to check in because it was part of the package holiday. When we got there, the carpets were dirty, the bedding was dirty, there were stains all over the top cover of one of the beds. We'd actually watched a video on YouTube previously about this hotel, so we knew what to expect before we got there, but not before we booked it. When we booked it, it was a reasonably priced package holiday. The photographs on the advert made the hotel look absolutely beautiful. It showed a blue pool, it showed gleaming clean rooms, it showed a healthy, happy resort, it showed a beautiful place. All the photographs were beautiful. It showed a gym, it showed lots of different things. And at the time, we were deliberating between a hotel called the Hampton and the hotel called oh, what, Maingate Lakeside Resort. And we chose the Lakeside Resort because the photographs looked so good and the reviews were good. Now, I believe now at this stage that those reviews have to be fake. They have to be done by hotel employees or something of the sort. So I'll try and put the link into another person's video that we saw. They found cockroaches in the room. They were able to strip the bedding and see severe red, brown, different coloured stains. One of the beds actually looked like someone was shot in it. That's how bad the mattress looked. So we already knew there was going to be an issue with it. Luckily enough, we'd spoken to our friend Catherine and she'd sourced a hotel for us to stay in. So at that stage, we knew we had two hotels to pay for. Luckily enough, Catherine treated us and she paid for a few of those days for us. And we can't believe how blessed we've been by Catherine. She has gone over and above for any friendship. We just feel totally blessed. But yeah, we've still had to pay for the extra 4 days in this hotel and the other hotel. But when we actually got to what we're now calling the bad hotel, so it was called Maingate Lakeside Resort in Orlando, when we actually got to that hotel, they asked us for a further $350. So basically, they were calling that resort tax. Within that was a £50 deposit, $50 deposit that we would have gotten back on the end of the stay, but the other $300 were just taxes. And rightly so, Mr. Wallflower said, I don't want to pay it. We've paid for the actual package holiday. I don't think we should pay these taxes. So I quickly stepped in before it escalated. And I asked, well, can we actually go and see the room first and then decide whether we want to stay or not giving them any information that we knew. So a guy turned up, a maintenance guy, and he turned up in basically a golf buggy. And we sat on the back of the golf buggy and he took us round to this room. It was all blue doors and it looked like what we'd seen on TV as cheap motels. And we're not used to the blue doors. Even though this hotel that we're staying at now has the blue doors, the hotel is a much better standard, but we were quite intimidated by the blue doors when we first saw them. But in the bad hotel, the Maingate Lakeside, the doors actually looked like they'd been kicked in. The locks looked really weak. You could see they were bent forward. And unfortunately, we haven't got any video of that. But if I can link the first guy's video in, you'll see it more clearly. We were rushed because the maintenance guy was in the room with us. The lighting was atrocious in the room, but yet we could still see the filth and the dirt. The bathroom doesn't show up too bad, but there were mold spores and different things. It looked like they'd attempted to fix the grouting, but of course there's no way we could have stayed there. We're now in a really good hotel and we can't make our complaint until we get back because we don't want it to affect our return flight. It said non-refundable, so we couldn't rearrange the hotels before we came. It said non-refundable. We'd actually telephoned Love Holidays and said, we've heard tell about the substandard hotel that you've sent us to, and they denied all claims of that and said it was a really good hotel and we should wait and see when we get there, which of course we just had to do. Although we knew we were actually planning to have this second hotel to fall back on. But yeah, if anything, we'll have to claim back either on travel insurance or on our credit card when we get back. But we can't begin that process until we've had the return flight. I think yeah, when we spoke to the reception coming out and we said we can't stay here, the lady who dealt with us then when we were cancelling, she said, I'll cancel it for you. She said, I completely agree. She said, there's no way you should have flown in from Europe to this standard of a hotel. It's not a good representation of the United States to people from Europe. And I can't believe that they've actually got us on there and selling us as a package holiday. And she went above board again. She actually put her name down and her private email address and said, if you need me to be a witness at any stage, she said, I will support you. So we've had 3 other people from Europe, Germany, France, and somewhere else. And she said they had the same issue and not one of them would stay in the hotel because of the filth and the substandard accommodation that they were offering. So we don't like to complain, but I can't sleep in a dirty bed. I can't sleep in a dirty room. And this room is spotless. The chambermaids are coming in every day and ensuring that we've got extra clean this, extra clean that, and it's wonderful. But yeah, we'll now show you the footage. We are going to be making a complaint, and if I can attach the other video to this, I certainly will do in the description. So make sure you take a look at that because we were rushed and couldn't get enough detail in. But if you see the refrigerator, you'll actually see the gunk and the filth of the refrigerator, the carpets, and I'm hoping the bedding shows up too. Okay, please take a look. Hi, welcome back to Wallflowers. So we've arrived in Florida, and the hotel we're staying in is called Maingate Lakeside Resort. When we've gotten here, they've actually asked us for a further $240 on top of what we've actually paid for the room already and flights. We were expecting some room tax charges, but this is called a resort charge. They're telling us we'll get $50 of that back at the end of the stay, at the end of the 7 days. So we've now requested to see the room first before we pay any extra. So we're just waiting for a maintenance person to turn up to take us to the room to let us have a look.
because I think the people come when we have no other people come and fix the room. Sorry.
What?
He said I couldn't take the bed enough to look at the mattress because there was stains all over. That smells it.
Smell.
This is the food chain. Okay.
Okay? You want to call it one?
We'll go back to...
It's exactly the same room, isn't it? Yeah. So, what are you going to say when I pay the taxes?
A heart? What? Who was there here? Oh, I miss you. Oh. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you. As I say, I hope that all shows up pretty clear, but we were rushed in and out. As you can see, it was meant to be because the place that we are in right now is absolutely beautiful. And to wake up to this view every morning is amazing. It's peaceful, it's calm. The restaurant closes really early, it closes about 9 o'clock, and then it's so tranquil here. And we just have our own little patio space. They're strange little boxes, but you know, it's so lovely to sit there in the chair of an evening and just still watch the boats coming. A lot of the gentlemen in the other boxes, I call them boxes because that's how they look, but in the other rooms are out fishing and we see them, you know, what they've caught. Stingrays, I think they were, one caught a crab. What were the other fishes? Catfish. And as soon as they've caught them, they take a quick photograph, possibly weigh them, and then they put them straight back in the water, you know, and it's lovely. So we give a round of applause if we see one of them, you know, that's done a catch and they turn around and put the thumb up they made up. So yeah, we were blessed in the end. It was probably meant to be, and that's how I'm trying to look at it, really. We'll deal with the other side of it when we get back. Thank you so much for joining us today. Please take care. Remember you're loved, and we'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.